Inside measurements with calipers, comparison against bore gauge and micrometer reference. The bore gauge and micrometer measurements serve as our reference standard. These measurements were established first and represent the best estimate of the true hole size. The calipers are being evaluated against this reference. His short clip shows one complete measurement cycle for each hole size: 8, 18, 20, and 30 millimeters, using a single caliper set. The same technique is applied to all three calipers and across all trials. Raw data logged. No averaging during measurement. All values are entered directly into caliper chalk results inside notch measurement .xlxt exactly as measured. No rounding or correction is applied during measurement. Averages and comparisons are calculated only after data collection is complete. Results analysis. Tolerance band used plus or minus 0.0254 millimeters, plus or minus 0.001 inch. Pass, chew, fail is based on measured minus nominal, less than or equal to 0.0254 millimeters. Data recorded in Excel file linked below. Before we interpret the results, here is the decision rule. For each hole size, I recorded the nominal diameter, the measured diameter, and the error. A measurement is a pass only if the absolute error is within plus or minus 0.0254 millimeters, which is plus or minus 1/1000th of an inch. The spreadsheet applies this rule and marks each trial as pass or fail. The Excel file with all raw trials is linked below. Headline: most inside measurements fail plus or minus 0.001 inch, but typically by small margins, and failures are systematic, not random. Most of these inside measurements fail a plus or minus 1/1000th tolerance. The important part is that they usually fail by a small amount, and the errors are not random. They follow patterns by hole size and by caliper. 8 millimeter hole mostly reads oversize. Positive error, fail. On the 8 millimeter hole, the calipers tend to read oversize, so the errors are positive, and many trials fall outside the tolerance band. This is a classic inside caliper problem in small bores. The inside jaws are short and tapered, and a tiny change in angle or contact point can make the reading jump. 18 millimeter hole, closest to nominal, many passes. Results analysis. 20 millimeter hole, mostly reds undersize. The 20 millimeter hole is the opposite of the 8. Here the calipers trend undersize. Negative error, and most trials fail. When you see a consistent low bias like this, it usually points to one of three things: a seating issue, a technique issue, or an instrument geometry issue on the inside jaws. 30 millimeter hole, slightly undersized bias, many fails by a little. At 30 millimeters, the same low bias continues. Even if the error is not large, the tolerance band is tight enough that a consistent bias becomes a consistent fail. Why inside caliper results fail tight tolerances? Inside jaw geometry plus angle sensitivity, contact point and chamfer effects, measuring force/jaw spring. True bore measurement requires bore tools. Conclusion: calipers failed plus or minus 0.001 inch on inside mode, meaning you found the tool's limit. Action: use bore gauge plus micrometer for tight bores. These results do not mean the measurement process is useless. They mean we successfully identified the limits of inside measurement with dial calipers at a plus or minus 1/1000 tolerance. If you need that level of confidence on bores, the correct tool is a bore gauge and a micrometer, or certified pin and ring gauges, not calipers. Excel data files linked below. Comment your caliper brand plus your inside results.